Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I have another Beyond the Packaging video. I did one recently about Glossier because they were one of those brands that I would see on like BuzzFeed or like it would be shared on Facebook. A bunch of people I knew that were like, oh my gosh, I love this brand. And I'm like, what is this? It looks so trendy, like the packaging was so cute, and yet the prices were still kind of expensive for certain things. So I thought, I'm gonna try this out, let you guys know what I think and what's good out there in that brand. So I will link that below, but Milk is another brand I felt the same way about, where their packaging, they all have this same look to them, where they have, you know, like their sticks all look very, very similar. And for some reason I was like, I was just drawn to it. And I know I'm not alone in that. And Milk has sent me, actually, I think they sent me all of this stuff. And so I was a little bit like, what is this brand all about? You know, and if you guys know me, if you've watched any of my videos, you know that a lot of the products I own are sent to me, and I will talk negatively about them if I don't like them. It doesn't matter. They're not paying me to say any of this. I could talk about them, not talk about them, whatever. So I'm choosing to share my honest opinion about all of these products. Let's get into it. I want to start with the thing I'm the most excited about. This is a new release from them, and it's their Matcha toner. Their big gimmick with this is that a lot of their products are very TSA friendly because they're products that could have been in a liquid form, but they're not, so they don't have to take up space in your carry-on liquids bag if you carry on like I do. We're going to Spain and Ireland here in a few weeks. It might be even sooner depending on when I upload this video, but we're going to Spain and Ireland this summer, and for me, no matter, this trip will be like 2.5 weeks long. I still carry everything on. I don't like to overpack, so I don't. And that liquids bag is precious space. So if I can save space in there, I like to. It retails for $26. It has the same packaging as a lot of them do, where you can roll up the stick or roll it back down. And it's so friendly to the eyes. I just love looking at it. But what they say, it's a solid toner made with matcha for purified pores and smooth, hydrated skin. It says it's a solution for pores and dryness and dullness, uneven skin tone. But it says it's the world's first solid facial toner. And that was why I was like, I want it, I need it. So what I've been doing is after I wash my face, and I'll show you a cleanser they have as well. After I wash my face, I'll just put this all over my skin and let it sink in. And then I'll put on other products, my moisturizer, etc. It's so cool. And I feel like toner is one of those things, I don't always use that in my skincare regimen, but I know that I should. This is a great way for me to just quickly slap it on without really even thinking about it. I thought it would feel kind of weird going on. I will say every time I put it on, I feel like, oh, I missed a spot. And I'm like, well, I probably didn't miss a spot. But I just like go crazy with it, so I feel like I'm gonna run out of it quickly, but I don't know. Because I've been using this for a couple weeks now and I feel like I haven't run down at all. So they say it detoxifies, protects with ingredients like kombucha and witch hazel. So witch hazel, like you can buy pure witch hazel to use, but witch hazel helps visibly tighten pores, absorb excess oil, cactus elixir calms and hydrates skin. So it's just awesome. This is one that I probably will travel with just because I know that how my skin gets. Like if I'm on an airplane, I could easily just throw this on my skin. So this is one I totally recommend if you're into that kind of a thing. I think it's awesome and really kind of world changing for me. One of my original forays into the brand was their blur stick, and there was so much hype on YouTube about this. The idea is that you can put it on your face, obviously, as almost like a primer step. So if you've got pores that you want to blur and fill, things like that, this is perfect for that. And again, it's cool because it's in stick form, whereas usually that kind of stuff, like I think of the NYX Pore Filler or the Benefit Porefessional, where it's kind of more of a cream that you squeeze out and put on those areas. Well, this is more expensive than the toner. This is $36. Again, this is something that I feel like I'm never gonna run out of. And it's just this very waxy balm. And for me, I just put it on my nose and kind of this region here. I do my chin and up here. So I really don't need it out here or like here, because those aren't areas that I feel like needs that kind of filling. But what I love about it is I do feel like it fills my pores, but it also holds on to the foundation. My nose, and I know a lot of you guys are the same, is notorious for just being red, but also for that's always the first place my makeup wears off. I itch my nose, you know, whatever, and it's allergy season right now. That's where it usually rubs off, and when I use this, I do notice a pretty big difference in how long that foundation stays in that spot. So I really appreciate that, and again, it's one of those things that doesn't take up space in the liquids bag. Yay! So another product that they're known for are their holographic sticks. Now, the original one that I had tried was Supernova. Now this is one that's very iridescent. These are $28. The other one I have is Mars. Supernova is very holographic. And so it's one of those things that like, it's genuinely purplish silver. If you are into that and it looks so beautiful on some skin tones or just some people, more power to you. This is one that for me, I can't make work for every day. The best way I've made work is like put it on my hand and then just get a little bit on my finger and tap it on. And even that, I feel like it's just too much. So for me, I like having it around. I'll play with it sometimes when I'm just like, and I know you guys probably do this too, I'll just like look in the mirror and just put makeup on. And then it's like, I'll usually do it right before bed. So I'll just play and put makeup on and then just take it off because it's time for bed. But thumbs up if you are the same way. So I like this and I like the formula, but the shade is just a little bit for me. Now, when they came out with Mars, I was like, finally, because I love the formula, but this is a way more wearable shade. It's more peachy toned, but it still has that holographic kind of sense to it, if you can tell. That's still the Supernova, it's right there. Kind of a peachy shade, and it's just so pretty. It's so pretty. This is like one of my favorites of theirs, clearly. And so if you're into a more wearable holographic, then you will love this. Definitely, definitely love it. And like I said, these are both $28. That's pretty expensive for a highlighter. You can totally get cheaper versions, but if you are like dying to try some, I would totally recommend the Mars one. So the next one I wanted to talk about is another new one for them, a new skincare stick, and it's their Matcha cleanser. This is $26, and on the Sephora website, it's sulfate-free, soap-free, it purifies, exfoliates, and targets redness. It says, do your skin a solid with Matcha cleanser. Infused with antioxidant-packed matcha green tea, this solid cleanser detoxifies, exfoliates. Matcha and lavender essential water helps soothe and calm irritated skin, while algae extract helps boost skin's natural defenses, instant hydration, skin is left feeling clean, soft, and smooth. And again, it's TSA friendly. So this is one that I double cleanse as it is. I always use like a cleansing balm to get my makeup off, and I rinse that off. Then I go in with the cleanser just to really make sure everything's off. So I like to use a more hydrating cleanser. So this made me feel nervous because I was like, okay, it's a stick. There are little tiny exfoliating, I don't want to say beads, it's smaller than that, but there are little like granules in here. And it made me nervous because I'm like, so what do I do? Like I just put it all over my face and then get water? So I'm gonna read their how to use. This is after removing makeup. So you do wanna, because I was like, this is not gonna be a makeup remover kind of thing. Gently massage solid stick onto damp skin in a circular motion. Put it down, lather with fingertips, and rinse. So I've used this maybe 3 or 4 times. I haven't noticed my skin break out, so that's big because you know some cleansers, you're like, ugh. It didn't break my skin out. I haven't noticed like my skin's like crazy better than normal, but I feel like my skin's kind of in a good spot anyway, and it hasn't messed that up, so that's a good thing. So for me, before I would travel with this, and if you're thinking about like, oh, a solid cleanser, that's gonna be great, definitely buy it and try it out for a few weeks. Make sure your skin reacts okay to it. And that's just good advice across the board before you travel. You don't want to take a skincare product with you or a makeup product with you that you've never tried or you haven't tried very long, because there's a chance it could break you out and then you're on vacation taking pictures and you're all broken out, and that would be terrible. So I want to try it some more before I decide if I'm going to take it or not, but I have to, I mean, it made my skin feel nice. This next product is really cool. This is their hydrating oil stick. It's $24 and it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a stick form of oil. It is very hydrating. I put it on last night and my husband was like, do you have a mask on? I'm like, no, it's just this oil. And I always put on like serums and all kinds of things like that, but this is one of the first times he's ever said. So I do feel like it's super oily, but if you're putting it on right before bed, it just sinks in. And this morning I woke up and I was like, yes, like your skin looks actually really nice. And I've been in the sun, I've been wearing SPF, but I always feel like my skin gets so dehydrated, and I felt like my skin looked so hydrated this morning. And I've used this, I would say maybe 6 or 7 times, and I've been using this off and on for a few weeks now. And I really do like it. Again, I wouldn't use it like in the morning before putting on makeup. I don't think that's its intended use anyway. But I was very impressed that something in a stick could be so hydrating. So let's read what they say about it. It says it's a lightweight formula. I wouldn't say, like, it's not thick by any means, so I guess in that way it is lightweight, but it is oily. Infused with apricot, avocado, calendula, jojoba, and orange peel oils, it absorbs quickly into skin. I don't think it absorbs quickly, but I don't mind it. It says you could use it on your body as well, so I guess, you know, elbows, whatever. But I really did like it. It's one of those things that I think if I ran out, I would probably buy again, just because it's such a, I mean, when I'm parched, it's like, perfect. So the last Milk product I wanted to mention were their eye pigments. They sent me their entire line. I've kind of gone through and I've only kept the shades I genuinely use. What I think Milk has been really good about is as they're creating these new products, they're making sure they're good before they go out. I feel like so many companies are like, it's a new launch, and they just like launch a huge line of stuff and like half of it's good and half of it's crappy. I'm like, wouldn't it be better to just launch the stuff that's good and just scrap the stuff that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how any of that works, but I'm always like, when I try a bad product, I'm like, what? How did this get through? But everything I've tried of Milk's has been really good. So I feel like they're really thoughtful and they take their time with their products and their launches, which shouldn't every company do that? Anyway, so their eye pigments are $24 and they come in, oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Looks like 11 or 12 shades. All of them are amazing. There is not a single one in the bunch, having swatched all of them numerous times, having used many of them. None of them are bad. They are all equally great. You just gotta find a shade you like. Do I think you need like 4 or 5 shades? No, find the ones you know you're gonna use. For me, that's like the rose gold and bronzy shades. So I love After Party. I love Gig. I've talked about these a lot. Hotel Lobby is like a nice light gold. They have some silvers and some darker colors. They have a purple and a green, a blue. So whatever you want, you can use it as an eye base. You can use it just alone. That's usually how I wear it, just because it's so pretty on its own. I'll just put it onto my lid with my finger. Then I'll grab a brush to kind of blend it into the crease, and that is it. And I get so many compliments because it just catches the light so beautifully. It's not glittery at all. It's just shimmery, and I just love them. And this is the kind of product that's gonna last me forever. I'm never gonna run out of this. If you've tried some if you've tried some Milk makeup products that you've loved or you've hated, please let us all know down below. As I was scrolling through like Sephora's website and seeing what they sell from Milk makeup, I was like, oh my gosh, there's way more than I knew. I kind of thought it was like, you know, a bunch of some sticks, some eye stuff, but they sell a lot of stuff. And then when I looked on Milk's website, of course the website's just like really cool looking, very trendy, but I'm just so impressed. There's so many things. Like they have their cool water stick I'm dying to try. They have a lip and cheek stick I would love to try. There's so much stuff that they sell that's just so cool that I'm like, ooh. But let me know down below what is worth trying. Let us all know so we can all learn together. If you have another brand that you are curious about, maybe me doing one of those what's behind the packaging kind of a video, please let me know down below. I would love to do that for you guys. Definitely subscribe before you leave. And if you enjoyed this kind of a video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.